What's up, guys? Welcome back to the GP09 Wrestling channel. Today we are starting a new series. We are starting a TEW 2020 save. We are here. We're playing as WWE Monday Week 1, January 2024. And we are booking Raw Day 1. We're taking this season all the way to WrestleMania. We may go further, we may not. I guess we'll see there. But let's go on to the show. Okay, and we start the show with an 81 rated match. Becky Lynch defeats Nia Jax in a no disqualification match in 9:55 with a manhandle slam. Fantastic heat and great wrestling. Nia Jax with a performance of 63, Becky Lynch with an 85. Honestly, really good. I didn't love this match in real life, but I'm glad it did well here. And we go to the next segment. And we see CM Punk walking in the arena, and he goes face to face with Seth Rollins. And Punk basically is just telling Rollins that he's entering the Royal Rumble, and he's basically just like, I'm entering the Rumble, and I'm gonna win it. And at WrestleMania, I'm coming after you, and I'm gonna take that belt from you. Just a segment. I wanted CM Punk on the show, so now he's on the show. But in the main event, Seth Rollins will face Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Okay, we're backstage in the Imperium locker room, and Gunther is hyping up Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser for their undisputed tag team championship match. There's a 4-way match coming up, and Apollo Crews walks into the locker room and is like, Gunther, I've been gone for a while, but I want my first match back to be for your Intercontinental Championship. And Gunther, never backs down from a fight, so he's like, okay, let's have the match tonight. And that will happen later on. But we move to the Tag Team Championship match, and a bout that had good heat and good wrestling. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defeated Finn Balor and Damian Priest, the Creed brothers, and Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci in 14:46, when Gargano pinned Brutus Creed with a Hurt Stone. I don't know what that is. Gargano and Ciampa win the undisputed tag titles. Let's see. Brutus Creed sustained a sprained UCL. I have no clue what that is. But Johnny performed the best. He performed the worst. Julius performed the worst. Decent match. So we have new champions. Just wanted to get the titles off of Judgment Day, because I have more plans for them. And DIY I felt would be pretty good champs. So we move on to the next segment. Sprained UCL. We'll see how long he's out later. Oh, yep, this is the celebration. So after Johnny, Ciampa, Candice, and Indy are all celebrating the title win. So congratulations to them. Oh, yep, here's the IC title match. Gunther defeats Apollo Crews in 17-16 with a powerbomb. Gunther makes defense number 1 of the IC title. Gunther with a performance of 88 and Apollo with a performance of 57. He was really off his game. That's not good, but it's good that he was off his game. So hopefully he can do a lot better than that. But yeah, just quick match to get Apollo Crews back and Gunther to defend his belt. Okay, so here we have a backstage segment, and just we're all in the locker room. Jey Uso, the New Day, Alpha Academy, R-Truth, and Ricochet, and they're all talking about the Royal Rumble coming up, and they're all just like, yes, we can't wait to the Royal Rumble, and R-Truth is like, yes, can't wait for the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna climb the ladder and grab the briefcase and fight Roman Reigns for the title. Everyone laughs. It's just a calm little segment, but during the segment, uh, Ricochet's like, "Oh, I haven't had a match in a while," and Jey Uso's like, "Okay, well, I'm ready to fight." So there we go. We're setting up Ricochet versus Jey Uso later on tonight. It actually might be next. Oh, not Jey Uso. My bad. It was Kofi Kingston. Um, in a superb match, Ricochet defeated Kofi Kingston in 9:43 with a Benadryller 2 point. Don't know what that is. Um, Ricochet with a performance of 75. Kofi Kingston was 74. 74 segment rating. Um, it's a good little match. Just wanted to see how each of these guys would do. But the next segment, we hear the music of none other than Braun Strowman, who returns and attacks Ricochet, just beating him up. Brutal, just a brutal attack. And Braun Strowman stands atop Ricochet. So no more of this tag team that was around last year. It's gone now. Strowman is back and he is out for Ricochet. Here we go, the next match. Oh yeah, women's world title match. Um, good heat and decent wrestling. Rhea Ripley defeated Ivy Nile in 12:52 with a Riptide, defense number 1 of the title. Ivy Nile only with a 49, but Ripley with a 68. Honestly, not great for both of them. I expected Ripley to be a lot better. I also expected Ivy to be a lot better. But it's a good match. Defense number 1 of the title. Congratulations to Ripley. And yeah, we move, and right after the match, Shayna Baszler comes out, chokes out Rhea, and Rhea's on the floor, and she grabs the title and holds it up in the air. So that's what we're working towards: Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title. But we move on. Okay. Cody Rhodes comes out, and he's talking about the Royal Rumble, and then he comes to Shinsuke Nakamura. And Nakamura comes out right after Cody, and it's just like, he's basically just like, Cody, you're not winning the Rumble. You will not finish your story. I will finish your story by destroying you at the Royal Rumble. And Cody accepts the challenge. So that's our first confirmed match for the Rumble. Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. 83 rated segment. And here we are, the main event. So we have a lot to talk about here. Basically, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, they're fighting for maybe 15 something minutes, just good back and forth contest. Um, and then we hear the Judgment Day's music. Damian Priest comes out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. He cashes in, and it's now a triple threat match. And after, 7 more minutes, in an exceptional match, Seth Rollins defeated Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest in 22:52. When Seth Rollins pinned Drew McIntyre with a curb stomp, Seth Rollins makes defense number 1 of the WWE World Heavyweight title. 72 rating. This is good considering Priest entered the match halfway through, but it was good. It was pretty good. So now we have next segment, and it's just Seth Rollins celebrating after his match, and that's all for Raw. Let's see what it got. Got a 59 rating. Lost its popularity. There were no storylines. Oh shoot, I did forget about that. Okay, I forgot to add storylines, but otherwise, I think this is a pretty good first show. I'm happy with what it did. Yeah, pretty good show. We have new champions in DIY. We have the return of Strowman. We have the return of Apollo Crews and Damian Priest cash in. I think it was a pretty solid show. And it's time to move on to SmackDown. Here we go. We are on SmackDown now. We just finished Raw. Now we're booking SmackDown. SmackDown New Year's Revolution. It'll be pretty similar to the actual show with some minor differences, maybe some major differences. So let's get right on into it. So we start the show with cold open. There's a car that pulls up and out walks Paul Heyman, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns. And Kathy Kelly's right out the car and it's just like, Roman, you're here, like basically just talking and asking like questions, and Roman's just not answering, and he laughs and leaves. It's basically the segment that happened on SmackDown with The Rock, except The Rock wasn't on Raw because I don't have him signed yet, but maybe eventually I will, and then we'll do that whole thing. 66, honestly kind of low, but we move on to the next segment. We have the intro, and then we go to the United States Championship Eliminator Final. Kevin Owens defeats Santos Escobar in 14:09 by pinfall with the stunner. Owens with an 83, Escobar with a 74. Same match that happened in real life, and this confirms that Kevin Owens will be facing Logan Paul for the United States Championship at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. And after the match, Logan Paul, Grayson Waller, and Austin Theory all swarm the ring and attack Kevin Owens. And Logan Paul stands tall with the United States Championship raised over his head. 68 rating. Next segment. This is just a quick little match. Dragon Lee defeats Cameron Grimes in 14:15 by pinfall with a diving double foot stomp. Dragon Lee with a 75, Grimes with a 59. Good chemistry, and commentators have good chemistry too. Yeah, pretty good match. Honestly, did a lot better than I expected it to. So that's great. Next segment. Okay, so what is this? Oh, out comes Jade Cargill, and she's returns. She's been gone for a little while. I have no clue why, but she's back, and she's just like, okay, well, we have a lot of females on the SmackDown roster, and this morning I officially signed to SmackDown with Nick Aldis, and it's basically just her saying there's a lot of formidable competitors and how she is entering the Royal Rumble, and out comes Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair, and they're both like, Jade, I mean, we're happy to see you on the roster, but it won't be an easy climb because we're entering in the Royal Rumble as well. Just a quick segment to get these guys on the show to give Jade Cargill a brand and announce them for the Rumble. 53 rating. Next segment is same thing that happened on the real show. Basically just in a decent match, Butch and Tyler Bate defeated Pretty Deadly when Tyler Bate pinned Kit Wilson with a Tyler Driver 97, 64 rating. Butch did better than Bate. Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, just the debut of Bate. He has a Brawling Brutes picture. I think I'm gonna have him in the Brawling Brutes from now on. Not quite sure what I'm doing with that, but we move. Next segment is very similar to the segment that happened in real life. Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business comes out, Angelo and Montez, and they're just like, oh, Karrion Kross, you think, basically, you think you're so great, and just like, well, you're not that great. And then out comes Scarlett, and then from behind comes Karrion Kross and Razor. We have not yet signed Akam, so we're working on that, but Razor's here, and it's his return. It's basically just them attacking the Hurt Business. Okay. Io Sky defeats Mia Yim in 14:57 by pinfall with a moonsault. Io Sky makes defense number 1 of the WWE Women's Undisputed Championship. Just a quick little match. Nothing crazy at all. Yeah, quick match. And then after the fact, Damage Control, they all come out and they're celebrating with Io. Nothing big happens here. Just a celebration. And now it's time for the main event. Where AJ Styles defeats Randy Orton and LA Knight in 23:04 when AJ pinned LA Knight with the Styles Clash. Randy Orton carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. I'm surprised it's only got a 71. Why is AJ Styles performing at a 75? That's very interesting. But yeah, so unlike real life, AJ Styles wins this match. So AJ Styles goes on to face Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. But then after the match, out comes the Bloodline, and they're swarming all of them with chairs and weapons, just beating them down, hoping to injure them, especially AJ, before the Royal Rumble. And then Nick Aldis storms out and is just like, and he goes to Paul Heyman, who I didn't put in the segment. He goes to Paul Heyman and is like, okay, if you guys want to play like that, then who cares about the match? Let's just do it. Let's do Roman Reigns in a fatal 4-way against Randy Orton, LA Knight, and AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. So that's the match. 67 rating. And now we finish the show. And it gets a 58. Oh, still forgot to put storylines. My bad, y'all. Pretty good. The best match was Owens versus Escobar, which is kind of crazy. I figured the main event would do a lot better, but it didn't. I especially thought it would do good because I didn't do the screwy finish. But, I digress. 71, main event. 81 opener. 58 overall rating. Not bad at all. Thanks you guys for watching. It's the start of a new series. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.